Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 117 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I am investigating methods for disabling and turning off stuff. So one thing I want to test here is if I were to grab a lever, kind of combining two systems that I've sort of made in the past and trying to make it ultra efficient. And it seems to be working pretty well so far. So if we went to here, and what I would probably eventually do is, well, yeah, it might be tricky, but we'll see. But if I take this thing out, it should not allow another one in. Cool. That's what I would want to see. And that should let it back in. Cool, perfect, nice. So that's working beautifully. So what we need to do, if you watched last episode, we automated much of this altar. I want to get it up to tier 5 this episode, which shouldn't take too long. And I want to automate it so that when the requesting has been fulfilled, aka a stack each of these 4, don't think I'll do ethereal slates, because they're just really expensive in terms of LP, and they're really not used for much. Like, I think they're, like, used for Glyph of Rigid Stability. All right, I don't know what those are. Gotta figure out what that's all about. Oh, is it a new... Oh, I think it's maybe new things and such. I don't know what those are, to be honest with you. These blood runes, though. That's kind of a new feature of blood magic, I guess, that I haven't totally figured out. A couple different things, but nothing too exciting that I really need at this moment. So, yeah, we'll stick with the 4, and then I'll make more ethereal slates manually as necessary. But I don't want stone to make its way into this blood altar if we can avoid it. I will probably eventually make this an export bus instead of stone transfer node. In fact, maybe I'll do that now. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. Cool. So let's do this. I want to test this out with an export bus. And I should tell this guy to ignore a redstone signal, because that might interfere and that might become troublesome. I might even move this dude. Probably wouldn't be a terrible idea. So if I'm going to have that there, I don't want this to get interference at all, and I'll probably need the extra space. Sweet. So LP coming in, LP filling back up. So we did use a little bit of LP, obviously, to create all that stuff, but man, we'll get it back quickly, don't worry. All right, let me get an export bus, I think, because then it'll be relatively neater. Obviously, I can't put it up right here, and I can't put it underneath, so it's got to go on one of the 4 sides, unless, I mean, I could really be cool and do something super fancy. Yeah, let me try something super fancy. We'll be right back. So I don't think the Life Essence drum has an inventory, so I should be able to do something like this. Come back here, you. Forest Raven for the win. Cool. And if we look, we should see this guy maybe... Yeah, see he's reaching into... Yeah, that should work actually rather nicely, which means I can hide everything under here, right? So let's move stuff. Let's do this. And let's get a dolly. I love these red string things. You guys have no idea how cool they are to me. And we will put the impulse item duct right back here with the dolly right back there. Cool. And there's my storage bus. Hook this thing back up here. Beautiful. Nice. And partition storage based on current items and put in output bidirectional. Looking good. You can get the filter and servo hooked back up. whitelist 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So if I do that, this should turn into 64 when I activate this guy, and that will mean it's working. Nice. And everything else should bump up to 64 relatively quickly. That's a lie, it won't. Because there's no stone piping into it just yet. But we're going to remedy that. With an export bus, that should work pretty much very simply. So we will need an export bus. Just one goes here. We can snag some cabling here. We'll set this guy up to be stone. And go. And this should fill everything up to 64 in a moment. And if it does, that is awesome. It really should. Yeah, look, 64, 64. This should go up to 64 in a moment. And then this one will go up to 64 in a moment. And then we're in really good shape. How cool is that, guys? Nice. So everything super duper cool. Nice. I'm excited about how awesome that is. Don't mind me. I'm just really proud of my little simple basic build that was really easy to do. It's what Dyer does. He gets excited about simple things sometimes. But I just really like the way it looks. Oh, red string is awesome. All right, the next thing I want to do is turn off the export bus when appropriate. So we're going to want a redstone card in there. I don't know if I have one. I don't have one. I'm going to go make one, though. Should probably make a way to get inside this little base when I need to, but that's okay. Redstone card. Where is it? This guy allows things to be controlled via redstone. Cool. So the export bus can be turned on and off via redstone signal. And active with signal. So now he'll no longer pump stone in there unless he's receiving a redstone signal. So if I remove this, that did not work. Why not? Active with signal. Are you receiving a redstone signal from somewhere? You shouldn't be. Active with signal, stone. Redstone signal coming from somewhere? Okay, cool. Maybe it was just like a weird fluky thing. But we're cool now. See? Nothing. Blood altar, no doing stuffs. All right, so now that that's in place, got a couple extra demonic slates in there, that's fine. Let's set up some horrible redstone that you guys are gonna yell at me over. So basically I'm gonna want 3 AND gates that will eventually terminate at this point. Cool. Yeah, kinda wouldn't mind tapping into some stuff here, but let's see. I try and do this in a relatively nice manner. How are we for channels, by the way? Currently using 2 out of the 8 that we have available on this line. I should be fine because I'm going to use 4 level emitters at this point. So we're going to want an AND gate here. And let's grab a screwdriver. Can never remember where they are. Shift click to disable that one. Sure, why not? You know what? Maybe I'll disable this one. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then I can put another cable here. This guy here. And that. Cool. You can tell I'm kind of making this up as I go along. You, and you. Should be cool. Nice. Look at how this is working beautifully. And then we're going to want another AND gate right here. that we will disable that one. And then a red alloy wire here to that. Nice. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is say the following. You're going to want one of each of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to be blank slates, and we're going to say 63 is the number I want to set. So emit when levels are above or equal to 63. So if we have less than 63, it turns this off, which will turn this off, which will be all right. Cool. I'm going to switch some things around in a moment here, but we're going to do the same thing here. 63. 63. And there's a reason I'm using 63, by the way. Cool. So now, if we were to remove from the chest one of these blank slates, this redstone signal should eventually turn off. In theory. Right, 2 of these blank slates. Ta-da! Nice. All right, now for this, we're going to say active without signal. We're going to do that. What that should do then is let that go in. That's going to do that. And then it's going to create one more of those guys and stop the system from putting stone in. See? No more stone. Nice. So if we were to, for example, take out, and that's the reason I want 63, because if I took out one more piece of stone sneaks its way in there because it's not quick enough to react. So watch, I take out one, no stone, right? I take out a second one, suddenly stone, in theory. Cool. And then it's going to pipe it into the chest. Now we've got 63, but stone snuck its way in there because the redstone signal has a little bit of a delay before it gets there and shuts off the export bus. Now we have 64, but the export bus was shut off a moment ago when we got to 63, so no more stone goes in. Cool, right? So that's not terrible. I mean, there's worse redstone wiring in the world. I think that's pretty good. If I need more channels over here, I can easily get them. But for now, I think we have a decent amount. How am I for... Nice. Decent amount of LP filtering in. I like it. All right. Let's probably do tier 5 altar time. Yeah, tier 5 altar time. I think that sounds like a good plan. I would like some more speed runes. How many total runes do I need for a tier 5 altar? Because I want to say half of them will be speed and half of them will be dislocation, and then we'll see where we're at. So it's 13 a pop. So if I got 26 speed runes, we'd be pretty much ready for what I want to do. So let's put away you. I don't need augmented capacity right now, I don't think. I may eventually, but now we're all right. So we're going to do speed runes. So we're going to want 26 of these guys, right? So I've got enough to make 32, but I'll make 26 for now. And this should immediately start producing more blank slates. Sweet. So if we go check this out, this thing should be cooking. Awesome. That's what I wanted to see, man. That is really neat. All right, we're gonna need a few more slates to produce. Not too many, but we need almost a stack. So I'll come back in a minute when they're done being made. All right, guys, just needed to make a minor change to that system down there. The export bus, I forgot, would keep piping stone in, so I swapped it to an interface that keeps one stone and a transfer node. And it is now behaving much better. Hooray. So, yeah, that was just a minor fluke on that part. But it works overall pretty well. By the way, I added a lever for manually shutting it off because there was literally a stack of stones in there getting processed because the altar doesn't, you know, he doesn't care. He'll just keep taking stuff, and he's a jerk like that. So anyway, speed rune time. Let's make some. This should click. 26. Perfect. What I wanted to see. All right, so let's get that. And then we're also going to need nether stars, which we have none of. But I'm going to map out the altar first, then go get the nether stars, and then come on back. So I think it's down 1, but then out 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? No, it's 13, so it'll be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2. This is looking about right to me. Cool. 1, 2. Cool. Beautiful. And then we just put the nether star here, and we should be in pretty good shape. And I think it does have to be like a functional-ish nether star, maybe. Actually, it doesn't need to be. So I think we'll be cool. All right, or the beacon, that is. So let's pop back to the overworld and go kill the weather 4 times. Which reminds me, is my weather machine... Does it need to be turned on? Do I have to do anything with that thing? I think it should be alright. I've probably got a bunch of wither skulls and soul sand in there, but I don't think it was ever actually hooked up to the AE system, so I think we should be fine. Here goes nothing finding out. So I need more wither skeleton skulls. I have plenty of soul sand. This computer never seems to want to start, by the way. Which is funny to me. But okay, let me go see what my weather skeleton skull situation is like. Might have to wait for a few of them to die. If that's the case, we'll just come back in a minute. Oh no, we've got plenty for now. Alright, I'm gonna go kill them off camera anyway. So we'll be back in a minute after wither skeleton killing time. I just want to push the button on camera. I like the button. Go wither skeleton spawner, go. Oh, I just love that thing. Alright, back in a moment. So that was easy. Let's use this to make beacons times 4. And get this altar up to tier 5. Nice. So 1, 2. I don't think it has to be active beacons, but we'll find out in a minute if it yells at me and says it's not going to work. But we'll see. So, tier 5. Nice. Could probably even, I mean, they're not even projecting because they don't have stuff, so that's neat. Nice, dude. So out of curiosity, I'm going to grab some slates out of here. Like maybe the tier 4 kind. And let this produce a few of them and just see how fast it is. Oh, that is fast. Look at that. And I want to see that we're keeping up with the LP. Not terrible. Could be worse. It's really the tier 4 when we start running into LP problems, but that's okay. Well, tier 3 we have a little bit of slowness as well, but we'll be all right. Cool. All right, so I call that a functional system. That's not bad at all in terms of speed. And we do have 20 of those runes, right? Yeah, so we're good on those guys. That's pretty much as fast as we're going to get for LP transfer from a barrel. Unless I put more runes of dislocation in, but then, I mean, I might swap out maybe another row of speed runes with dislocation runes. I don't know, I'll have to play with it. If it really becomes a problem where, I mean, that was a little bit rough, I might want some more dislocation. Maybe 1 row of dislocations. We'll see. Let's give that a try. So it's probably making a few more runes right now automatically for me. Nice. And we'll see that we're probably losing LP on the tier 3. I mean, when we get to tier 3, lose LP. It's really tier 4 that we need to worry about. So maybe I will just swap out like that many speed runes. That's looking pretty good, to be honest with you. All right, I'll leave it for now. Like I said, we can always swap out more speed runes for dislocation runes. We're still using more than we're getting from the barrel, but it's a minuscule amount, and I think for now we'll be good. All right, guys, we are back, and I'm making something that I think will look pretty cool. Or so I think. Maybe. Guess I need a little bit more inventory space. You can go away, you can go away, you can go away. See, this is what I get for recording before I thought I was totally ready. You don't need any more, nor you. There we go, much better. So I'm gonna use this lava stone. I'm gonna get this stuff, and these guys I'm gonna get smooth grimstone plate. I think this looks pretty decent. You'll have to tell me. Spent a little time investigating. Also, I found these anti-blocks. These are cool. There's a lot of different colors of anti-block. The black one looks awesome. Check that out, dude. Like, that is neat stuff. But I don't think it'll fit in the build that I have in mind. Like, I want there to be a room here. I don't want it to be that. But that's something I have to remember about, because that is neat. Anyway, let's also get ourselves you. And you know what? I'm probably going to need you first. So let's bump this up. And then occasionally, throughout some spots, toss down these things. Does this look kind of neat? Because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Be a little bit random with your design. Random-ish. I think these give off light as well. If we look in F7 mode, I guess mobs can't spawn at all, or it's just not rendering the ability for mobs to spawn on there. But either way, oh, you know what? No, because look, no mob spawning, and if I remove this, I don't understand anymore. I have no idea. Yeah, see? Definitely emits light. So that's kind of neat. So what I can probably do is just intersperse this throughout, and then I'll keep the room lit, and then I'll like build walls, right? Yeah, that should be cool. And this can actually be like walled in right now. Also, what I'll probably want is you. That should not affect the altar, by the way. Any blocks can be used there. So if I were to check, this would still be a tier 5. Awesome. I like it. Unfortunately, the center there has to remain, but I mean, that looks neat, right? Let me get walls up, and it'll probably be a minute or two, so I'll come back once I'm done building. Really like a better builder's wand, but that's a lot of effort. We'll see. Just real quick, I want to check. Yeah. Not too many discs. All right, we'll come back in a minute. All right, guys. Appreciate your feedback. Tell me what you think. Not too shabby, right? Now, I do have something else I want to do, though. This occurred to me just now. What if we did shield blocks? Because I don't like the way you can kind of see outside this room. I really like the dark and gloomy idea. So what I'm thinking is we do something like this. You ready? Don't know how I want to run wiring down to this place. I mean, I could throw a tesseract in here. That probably wouldn't be a terrible idea, just for the sake of not having wiring all over the place. I mean, when you've got nearly infinite tesseract ability, I mean, it's really like nothing. When in doubt, use tesseracts. Nuts to wiring stuff. So if I tapped a shield projector there and a tesseract here, and we set this guy ignore redstone, Receive energy, main power check. You should be getting juiced. Nice. Camouflage block will be Grimstone. Set, shield, all can pass. Default pass through. And then solid. I mean, it doesn't connect to texture, which is bummer. But I mean, that's kind of actually neat, right? That it doesn't do a connected texture, in my opinion, because what you wind up with is like the obvious outline of a door, while at the same time doing cool stuff. So we'll pop down a shield projector here with a tesseract underneath it. Main power check, receiving energy only, good. Grimstone, solid, all pass, add, activate. How cool is that? What do you guys think, huh? So this is my blood altar room. And because they're solid pass-throughs, boom. Oh, cool, right? I like it. Oh, that is neat. That is a neat effect. That is super cool. And I might come up with something really neat for this pathway. You know what I could do? Let's get some more shield blocks. They're cheapish, so. I mean, it's leading to a blood magic-y area, right? So I don't think we're gonna want, I don't know if these shield blocks will interfere with each other, being just super adjacent like that. Because that is technically touching another shield block, right? Not super sure if that's gonna be a problem, but we'll find out. So what I could do is have like shield projector here, maybe. I like how there's suddenly tesseracts in the AE system on demand. We'll use the shield, but we'll use like a reddish color. Is that really all I got? Is like an orangey? Solid all. Add. Boom. How's that kind of look? We'll see once we're ready to go through there. Yeah, that looks neat, right? Somehow you want to have equal traded yourself. Cool. Neat, right? So then boom, we're in a blood magic area. Boom, we're not. I want to kind of try and indicate. So the one with the 2 lava stones on top is the one that leads back to the main base. Cool. I like it. What do you guys think? Not terrible? So functionally speaking, this room is awesome. I can manually craft whatever I want at the blood altar. It should be super fast to craft. Automation wise, it's pretty much bar none. You can't beat it. You're gonna have all the reinforced slates that you want and all kinds of other cool stuff ready to go. I couldn't be happier with the way this build turned out, and I hope you guys like it too. So technically there was one block that I was slipping through there, so I'm gonna do this. Solid default pass all, is that cool? Don't like the way that looks. Frustrating. Let's see if I can fix that. You know what should work actually? That. It shouldn't really be visible here because when you're looking down you won't even see it. Yeah, that works. That works pretty well. The only thing that's visible is that white line bit, but that's you know what I could do? Well, hold on now. Are these? Yes. So let's do this. No, we don't want that because then I'll fall through if I don't walk along there. All right, that should be fine. Just tweaking it to make it perfect, and then we'll probably be at the old wrapping up point. See that thing, don't love it, but see that one you will be able to see from the force field, but you can kind of see it now anyway, so I'll probably just, well, we'll try it. Let's see how it looks. So with that wire there, that makes things tricky, but I should be able to just do this. You know what? Yeah. So we'll pick this dude up, pick that dude up. Cool. And then boom. And that should be pretty cool. Yeah, I wish I could hide that a little bit better, but that's okay. All right, so I think what I'll do is wrap up the episode here. If I come up with a slightly better way to handle this, you know, between this episode and next, I will. But I think it doesn't look terrible. I think it looks pretty good. I definitely, I'm going to message and see if we can figure out a way to bind these from a distance or something. That would really be helpful. But anyway, like I said, time to wrap up the episode. So Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think the place looks really cool, and I think it's very functional. All right, guys. Take it easy.